So guys, so today I'm gonna show you guys the best forex strategy for new traders. All right, so before we even start, I'm gonna show you guys the trades I'm in right now, just to show you an idea of what I look at when I enter a trade. All right, so this is my swing currency pair, and I trade this basically on my personal account and my funded FTMO account. As you can see right now, I'm in Euro USD. I'm trying to aim for 1 to 3, but I'm trying to wait for market to come back to this level, and maybe I would get out at that specific zone. As you can look right here, what makes me enter this trade is because I see a level right here, and I know market was gonna keep going down, and market was a downtrend, and market just hit this trend line right there, and I know it's gonna push it. So I look for a lot of confirmation before I enter trade. The first trade I was gonna enter on Euro USD was supposed to be like this, right? It was supposed to be right there, and I was supposed to enter this trade and get out around this level and maybe go for like 1 to 1.7, right? But I missed that trade, and I enter this perfect trade. I wait for market to break this pattern and enter the level, and now we're basically in like probably almost 1 to 2, but I'm trying to wait for market to come back to this trend line. But we're gonna see how markets react to this specific support level, then I will see if I want to get out or not. So we're gonna talk about gold. Gold is just, I don't know what gold is doing right now, but I'm trying to wait for gold to come back to this level. So gold is a downtrend, so I'm trying to wait for it to come back to this level so it can go down. But the main level I'm waiting for gold to come back to is this level right here. But these two levels, I'm waiting for gold to come back there, and maybe I can see a sell that I can probably take. Right now I'm not seeing no sell. The only sell I'll probably wait for market to come back to this trend line and pull back down and maybe break, and I'll probably take a trade and hold it till down there or right there. A buy would be if market come down here and I see something convincing, then I'll probably enter a buy. But right now market is a selling market, so I'm in this trade AUD chef. I was trying to hold this trade all the way up there. This is 1 to 6. I'm swing trading it to 1 to 6. I entered this trade since yesterday, but if market break this trend line, I might take some profits out, which I usually don't like to do. I like to hold my trades till the end, but this is a really good level, which might make market come back down around this level and go back up. Right, so but if market break this trend line, I might take some profits out. USD JPY, I entered this trade I think basically around there. I'm trying to hold this trade all the way back to this, probably back to this trend line, but there's a level right here which I might take some profits out. I was supposed to enter this trade around here, but I miss it out. Supposed to enter like this, probably get at least 1 to 2 out of it, or 1 to 1, but I missed that trade. So I get this one right there, which was on the 4 hours. I look at the 4 hours and I see a specific zones. Market respect these zones like multiple times, so I was like, okay fine, that's a strong level, and I enter a buy there. So the next one is GBP NZD. I'm in this trade right now. I basically enter this trade around there. My stop loss is right there, and I'm trying to hold this trade all the way up there. Euro JPY, I'm waiting for market to break so I can take a trade, or if I want to take a sell, I gotta wait for market to go down, pull back up, and we can see if we can keep going down. USD card, I'm in the trade already. I was gonna put my stop loss right here, but I was like, I kind of don't trust what's happening right now, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna leave my stop loss right there and just hold the trade. But anyway, let's talk about the best forex strategy for new traders. Anyway, the last one is I'm in a trade which was GBP JPY. I'm holding this trade till up here. I just add position right down here, so I hope I win it. Alright, so let's talk about the best forex strategy for new traders. Alright, if you're a new trader, you don't want to take too many trades in the forex market. You're new, right? You want to learn the basic first. You want to get so many knowledge before you start trading or start taking too many trades in the forex market. That's where That's why this strategy is best for new traders, right? It will make you money in the market. You don't have to be in the market all the time, and I feel like it's really good and can make you 5-10% every single month. And if you don't like it, you can still use it, but as time goes, it's gonna make you money whilst you learn other strategies that you probably like, you know. But this strategy is the best. I'm still using it, and yeah, I still make money off it. So let's get into it. Every single strategy have advantage and disadvantage. All right, so the disadvantage about this strategy is the risk ratio rewards. Most of the time you're going to take 1-to-1. 80% of the time your trades are going to be 1-to-1, right? Maybe the 10-20% you might take 1-to-2 or 1-to-3, maybe twice a month, right? So another thing is time. So sometimes you can take a trade and you lost a trade, and you're probably not going to enter a trade since like a week, 2 days, or like 5 days. You're going to wait for a trade, right? So if you're someone who cannot wait for a trade, then you probably don't want to use this. But I'm telling you, if you knew you don't want to rush nothing, you just want to use this strategy because it's going to make you money, all right? And your emotion is not going to be everywhere, you know, because this strategy is best. And another thing is, it's only one currency pair, so I feel like it's a disadvantage. Only one currency pair. Not everybody think one currency pair is bad, but I feel like most traders don't like to trade one currency pair because they want to look for so many trades. But if you knew you want to focus on one currency pair, and this strategy only gives you one currency pair. And another disadvantage about this strategy is you got to be patient. Your entries got to be perfect, and your stop loss is going to be huge. And there's a lot of disadvantage about it, and like you trade in one currency pair, stuff like that. But the good thing about it is your win rate is probably going to be 90%, right? And another good thing is you don't have to be in the market all the time, and you're going to be making consistently making 5-10-15% out of this strategy if you do it the right way. So let me get into the strategy. Let me show you guys the strategy, and so you guys can see how I actually trade it. So we can basically just, what I do is I usually just push the market all the way down because I don't want to see what's happening. It's just to prove to you guys that this strategy does work. So if you new or you're struggling with your strategy right now, I would recommend you use this for the meantime, so you can make money, so you can help you pass funded accounts, and you know, start making money off it. Then as time goes, you can learn other strategy. This is what I do when I was new. I started losing a lot of money, then I focus on one currency pair. I mastered one currency pair, and I trade it, and I start making money, and now I trade a lot of currency pair. So we're gonna just switch. I don't want to see where I'm gonna cut, so we're just gonna do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Okay, we're gonna cut anywhere. Okay, cuts. Okay, I think we already cut. Okay, so we cut right there. So the first thing we're gonna do is check the monthly, see what's the monthly, what's happening, what's going on the monthly. We can see market just reject this level down here. You can see market just reject this level down here, right? Just did a double bottom, right? So the monthly, usually you go in there to look for like support or resistance. You go in there to look for like to read the trend, you know. Like right now I'm seeing the market overall, what you're seeing right now, everything is downtrend, but basically when you look at here is basically an uptrend. And the monthly, this is an uptrend. If you go to the 4 hours, 1 hour, you're gonna see a huge uptrend, right? So another so you just draw your level. That's all you got to do on the monthly. Draw some levels. You can go to the weekly too, right, and figure out some levels that you want to draw. So like right there, and I feel like markets might come to this level too again. Okay, and let's jump to the daily real quick. So the reason why most of the time I draw my trend lines like 2 is because it's a respectful trend lines, and the reason why, another reason is market touch that trend line 3 times. So if you touch it 3 times, then I usually draw it 2. If it doesn't, I just put like 1 line and that's it. That's not my. So let's jump into the 4 hours and see what's going on the 4 hours. So we see that market respect this level multiple times. You respect this trend line. So I do believe that if you want to take a buy, market gotta come back to this level. And market is already at that level already. So now what we're gonna do is wait for markets maybe to break this level. So another thing is that when you draw in your trend line, just make sure your 4 hours and your 1 hours are looking good, they match, because this is, you trading one currency pair, so you want to pay attention to it. You want to put everything into it, right? You don't want to just rush. Pay attention, calm down, and take a trade, right? So right now what I'm gonna do is, since I already missed this trade, I'm gonna wait for market to come back to this trend line, and I'll probably look for a sell to the downward. Or if market did not come back, this is what I'm looking for basically, just to show you guys. Either market come back there, I'll look for a trade, or market might go down, break, then I'll take a sell, a buy, sorry. So let's see what's gonna happen, because I do feel like, and if you want to use the fib, which I don't use, but if you want to use the fib, you can use your fib and see where you think market is gonna respect, and you can enter from there. But I don't use the fib, so so now basically all you do is patience. Patience is the key. Okay, now market is back to this level, and it looks like it's starting to break that trend line. So this is gonna be a good question. Should you enter if market break? Yes, you can enter, but like I said, this type of strategy, your stop loss is gonna be huge. It's gonna be 1-to-1, because this is GBP/USD. GBP/USD, we always come for your stop loss. Always gonna come for your stop loss. All right, so you want to put your stop loss reasonable. I feel like I draw the trend lines really bad, but it does make sense to me though. Yeah, it's cool though. It's not a big deal. I should have entered a trade, but nah, that's cool. So when you enter a trade, right, this is the secret of it. When you enter a trade, right, anytime your entries is going to be 2 ways. You got to enter one, only a trend line. So let's say market is at this level and you want to enter, you got to wait for like some kind of a trend line, something like this. So when you draw your trend line, if market break it, you can enter. So you can only enter a trend line and a pattern. Those are the 2 ways you can only enter on this strategy. If you're trying to enter other ways, you're trying to enter a bullish engulfing or a bearish engulfing candlesticks, you're gonna lose most of the time, because GBP/USD don't care about none of that. If you want to enter 2 way, a pattern or a trend line. Look for a trend line and draw it. So right now market is showing like a pattern, and it's showing like a double bottom. So we're going to wait for market to break this high so we can take a buy. So now market to break that high on the 30 minutes, and you can go on the 30 minutes. The only time you can go on the 30 minutes is to look for a pattern, right? So now we can jump back to the 4 hours and enter. So before you enter, always make sure you read market. Right now what happened here, market keep dropping, drop to this level, which shows that market is a high selling market right now. It's a selling market, so this is a risky sell, a risky buy, but we're still gonna take it and see what happens, because markets could possibly we test back to this level and keep dropping, right? So we got to be very careful when we enter a trade like this. So this trade is gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be 1-to-1. The first trade is gonna be around there, and we're gonna see what happened. Let me draw this line so you can see what happened. So this is what I always tell you guys, that do not put your stop loss close to your entry, right? This is GBP USD. I traded for the past 2 years. I know how we move. It's always gonna come for your stop loss and go your way. So do not do that. So your break even, always put your break even. But for me, when I'm entering a trade, is I put my break even probably around there, like almost close to my TP, so I don't have to like get out and get in. Alright, so market break your break even. You always want to wait for it to break, so you can enter a buy. Okay, now it break, you can put your stop loss to break even and hold your trade and see if we actually win this trade, or you can take some profit out, which is 50%, 70%, is basically up to you. Alright, so that's a win basically, right? So this trade was like how much? Like 1-to-1 basically. So let's say we just get out of this trade, right, and we want to enter again, right? So we can enter back around this level, because we see that markets come back and retest. This doesn't even matter. Sometimes you can just enter because market break this trend line, but your stop loss got to be right there and your TP got to be all the way up there, like right here. This is a strong level. I know I'm gonna get out there. Did I see any strong level here on the flowers? Is this a strong level? No. Is this a strong level? No. This is a strong level. So let's play that out. Let's see how that goes. So like I said again, markets will always come for your stop loss. I've been trading this for the past years now. It will always come for your stop loss. Usually trades are like 1-to-1, but when it gives you like 1-to-2, you just got to be careful, right? You just got to be careful when it enter like 1-to-2 trades. Be careful. So our break even is gonna be around there. If the market come there and break, then we can get out. Alright, so market is coming back. So you see how market break. So what most time, since it's 1-to-2, and I've been in this trend from 16 January, and it's like the 2nd of February, so it's been like almost 2 weeks now I've been in this trade. But the good thing about being in this trade for a long time is that you avoid any confusing things that's going on in the market, right? You don't have to be in that. So entering the trades like this will avoid you from entering any confusing type entry. So now you can do 2 things, right? Market just break your level, and you know you've been in this market for really almost 2 weeks now. So there's 2 things you can do. You can either get out, close 70%, or you can move your stop loss to break even and let markets run. My best advice is, if market doesn't respect this level, I would say close 1-to-1 and let the rest run. See? Oh wait for me. So market did not respect this level, which means it's starting to come back down. So I will probably close 1-to-1. If I risk $100, I'll just close 50% of my trade, right, and let the rest run. I'll probably 50% of my trade and let the rest run. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, see that's the reason why sometimes you have to take profits, because if you've been in the market for a really long time, it's still struggling to go your way, just take some profits out. 50%, you take your profits, you're out of the trade, you're done. So guys, I don't want to make this video so long, but anyway, please subscribe, punch the likes button,